everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I am here with an Enablers Outpost diamond painting unboxing. Enablers Outpost is a small shop in the diamond painting world that has been around for a while and makes some beautiful diamond painting pens and some really nice quality diamond painting kits. I'll have some post reviews down below of some of their kits that I've worked on recently, and they recently signed this artist that I really love the colors and style of this artwork so much, and so when this piece released, I had to pick it up. So this is called Mermaid, and it's by the artist Hiroko, and I believe this was a Black Friday release that I ordered on Black Friday. It was made to order, so there was a little bit of a longer turnaround time, and then it's just taken me a little while to get around to actually unboxing it. So I'm really excited to see like what all these colors are, see if there are some special drills. And 50 by 70, that's going to be a pretty accessible size. It's kind of one of my favorite size ranges to work on when it comes to diamond paintings, because it feels like it's big enough that I'm going to get hopefully lots of detail, but it's not so big that I feel like I'm taking on a huge project. So that said, let's go ahead and start opening this up. And while I do that, I do want to just quickly mention that as of the time of me filming this video, let's just say there's a lot going on in the world, and that has led to some uncertainty over, what's going to happen with small shops and whatnot, and, can you still order and whatnot. The best suggestion that I have for you is, especially with shops like Enablers Outpost, which is great about communication as far as letting you know what to expect, check out their websites, check out their social media for the most up-to-date information as far as potential delays or fees or stuff like that. So I know Enablers Outpost has been posting some updates pretty regularly on their Facebook page, as well as when you're on their website, you'll see it like on a banner at the top of the page. So if I know what to expect, that really helps, and I'm pretty patient. So let's open this up. Oh my gosh, I love it already. Look how good her face looks. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, I have a lot of mermaid diamond paintings, like mermaid artwork in my diamond painting collection. I don't know what it is. I love like fantasy themes in general, and like you'll see a lot of dragons for sure in my diamond painting collection. I've unboxed and completed some artwork with dragons in it from Enablers Outpost. Mermaids are a pretty close runner-up though. I do have a lot of mermaids too, so I'm gonna roll this backwards, by the way. Don't fret whatsoever if you're seeing those lines. Those are not creases in the canvas. That is purely where the plastic cover has shifted while it was in transit and wrapped around the drills. It's not going to affect the quality of your canvas at all. It's just aesthetics. Like this, you can kind of see there. It's just an aesthetic thing. What I'm going to do, both to help it lay flat a little bit more quickly, as well as get rid of those aesthetic wrinkles, we're going to peel back the plastic cover. Halfway each direction is usually what I recommend. Lay it back down. That's going to help it lay flat. And you can see like there's no folds in the canvas there. It's just aesthetics. So I did complete a kit from Enablers Outpost that has some of these more recent materials. They've made some updates and changes over the years based on feedback, which, let me tell you what, especially when it comes to small businesses, I am all about if they are receptive to feedback, if I feel like I can share with them, if I have concerns or suggestions. And Enablers Outpost has always really been great about trying to take that sort of feedback into account and improve their products. And I am a huge fan of their kits now, as far as the rendering styles, the materials and everything. It's very much my taste and makes for a really enjoyable diamond painting experience. So yeah, I love that a lot. Let me show you what was included, and then we'll take a closer look at the canvas. So we did get a roll of washi tape that has the Enablers Outpost logo on it. It's so cute. You can use washi tape around the border of the canvas to help cover up any glue that goes past the edge of the drill field, and that helps stop dust and dirt from getting in that glue, since it's not going to be covered by diamonds. I also use washi tape to section off my canvas into sections to work on. I put it on top of the plastic cover. I'll have a video linked below. Actually, I'll have several linked below. I'll have like a diamond painting for beginners video if you're new to diamond painting, and I'll have like a demo video on how I use, washi tape with my diamond painting too. Okay, so this is a big sticker sheet. We have the original artwork. Again, this is called Mermaid. It's by the artist Hiroko. Enablers Outpost has several pieces by this artist, and they have just these really fun, like color palettes and styles and whatnot. So this is the second piece that I have from this artist, and love the colors in this one so much. This is going to come with resin square diamonds. Again, the size is 50 by 70 centimeters, which is around, 20-ish and 20 by 27-ish inches. This is a set of pre-cut sticker labels, which is really handy if you're like me and you like to kit up your diamonds into storage containers. Just grab these labels, tuck them on the storage containers, and you're all good to go. The code you see, the numbers in the right-hand column, that's going to be the DMC code for each of these colors. It comes from the DMC brand of floss, like in cross stitch. Most diamond painting companies do use this color code system. Looks like Enabler's Outpost does have a lot of special drills in this kit. I don't remember exactly what kind of special drills ZC are, but we are definitely going to take a look together when we're actually looking at the diamonds, and I will show you on the canvas where these 7 special drills are going to be found. So 56 colors, that's a good number of colors. Now let me show you some of the features of the canvas itself, especially if you're not familiar with this company. So we have their branding up here at the top. You can see we have scalloped edges and pokes here, so fraying's not going to be an issue. We have this kind of short lint, soft lint canvas, and it's almost like a not felt, but it's not like material. I don't know, I'm picturing like craft projects when I was a kid, but I like this material. It does lay flat pretty well, and I've been happy with it when I've completed kits that are made with this kind of material from Enabler's Outpost. We have a pretty thick plastic cover as well as pretty sticky poured glue. We have a legend up here at the top with all of our colors, the thumbnail, and we'll see the same kind of schematic legend over here at the bottom right. Look at the fish. Then at the bottom left, here's the title, Mermaid. It's by the artist Hiroko. And I always want to make sure I mention that, like any shop you're going to see me show here on my channel, Enabler's Outpost does legally license their artwork from the artist, and that includes this one, of course. So that means that Hiroko has both given permission for the use of their artwork by Enabler's Outpost and is being compensated for it as well, which is super important to me that I'm supporting shops that are doing right by artists. Let's take a close-up look at the canvas and the rendering and see how it's looking as far as color blocking, confetti, what's the render look like? And right off the bat, I am seeing plenty of color blocking. Color blocking is where you have a lot of the same color in a small area like this. Sometimes it's literal blocks of color. Even the scales are like each their own kind of blocks of color. What's nice about that is you can grab a multi-placer and you'll have the color in your tray for a bit longer, so you can usually zip through areas like these. Yeah, this is gonna go fast. The opposite of color blocking is confetti. I'll try to find a good area to show you. This is definitely more of a color blocking heavy canvas, I would say. This is a really small example of confetti, but it's like, some more single placing, more color changes here and there, but that usually gives you a bit more detail and some nice color blending. Even her necklace a little bit. So I really, really love a lot what Enabler's Outpost has done as far as now what they do with their renderings. I love how crisp and clean and how highly detailed their renderings really are. I was so happy with this kit I worked on back in the fall. Called Pump Kitten Spice, and it was one of my favorite kits I worked on last year, and it's the same kind of rendering style, same kit features and whatnot, so that just has made me that much more excited to get and work on these kits, and I'm really, really confident that I'm gonna love the rendering on this one. If you didn't know, by the way, I don't mean to use terms that you might not be familiar with, but rendering is the process of turning the original artwork into a diamond painting. Okay, so we're about 70 centimeters that way, maybe a couple ticks shy. And then this way, we're just a tick shy of 50. I'm gonna call that true to size. And different companies will have different approaches to rendering. When I say hand rendering or hand charted, what that means is that a human being has really spent a lot of time sometimes pixel by pixel, trying to make the diamond painting version of the artwork look usually cleaner, crisper, and have more like defined lines and whatnot, and really clear details that you're going to see both up close and far away, as opposed to something like a computer or hybrid charted canvas, which tends to have a softer finish look and more confetti. So that's generalization, and what you prefer is completely subjective. I just want to make sure I'm hopefully helping you see what these different companies have to offer so that you know, okay, this is what I prefer, and so this is something that I would like or would not like. So anyway, let's take a look at our diamonds. So here's our color palette. Okay, all these pale pastels and rainbow pastels, 100% my jam. So that special drill type, it looks like it's going to be one of these kind of like fine glitter drills, like a glimmer or a shimmer drill. We'll take a closer look at these once we open these up. Looks like they include an inventory sheet in here as well. Though this is something I'm not going to use because we have the separate sticker sheet, but this is, I guess, if you wanted to cross-reference and make sure you have everything you're supposed to, this is an option. I like that there's the original artwork. It's on here and the sticker sheet. I'm going to cut that out and put it in my paper logbook once I actually start working on the kit. But anyway, so you do get an inventory sheet if that is helpful for you. And then the colors themselves. So this is a really helpful feature. These come in resealable bags. I feel like this gives you the best of both worlds because if you would prefer not to put all your diamonds into storage containers and just have the ease of having your diamonds in resealable bags, you can just kind of grab them and go. You have that option. So, but if you're like me, and I generally do prefer to put all my diamonds into storage containers, honestly, because I'm just so klutzy when it comes to baggies and because I have a harder time getting rid of static when it comes to resealable bags. You also do have that option too. So the bags themselves, let me just quickly run you through what these numbers are. So the number 20 is going to be the legend number. So we have the number 20 right here. The number 818 is going to be the DMC code. 6.45 is going to be the weight or the amount of diamonds here. And then we have the kind of like unit number for this kit and the size. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I still wanted to mention it in case it's not something you're familiar with. And some of the colors are going to have more than one bag, like 819 has here. And I'm really curious, are you someone that likes to work out of resealable baggies like this and you see this and you're like, this is perfect, I can just get my kit out and I can start working on it right away? Or do you prefer to put your diamonds into some kind of structured storage container? How do you like to diamond paint? Or do you even like to kit up into trays? I've seen people that have these really elaborate tray tower setups where they'll just have trays and one tray for every single color. I have small children and I have a cat and I don't have a dedicated crafting space and room. So I would just be really inviting trouble if I tried to do something like that. But more power to you if you're able to do that. Yeah, these colors back here, I'm seeing, these I think are going to be in the background, like some of these shades of like aqua and blue. You have like 3 bags of this 3766. Now, these are resin square diamonds, and I worked with resin square diamonds from this company on Pump Kitten Spice, and I was pretty happy with the quality. I thought that they were pretty consistent in size and shape, which is really important when it comes to square drills in particular, because they do sit up really close to each other on the canvas. There's not a lot of wiggle room for diamonds that have tabs sticking off the side or whatnot. Now, inherently, even resin drills are going to have some trash drills. And so I'm ready to go ahead and, pick out whatever I need to. But typically Enabler's Outpost gives you extra. And if you were to run out, you could contact them for help. But I didn't really have any, major issues with their squares. I found them to be pretty easy to work with. And just looking at them in the bags, it looks like it's very similar. These are those special drills that are in this kit. We have 7 different colors of this ZC, which is like a shimmer or a glimmer drill. Let me zoom you in to show you a little bit more easily. So these diamonds have what looks like a fine glitter coating just sort of brushed on the top. And it just gives it a subtle shimmer effect. It definitely is going to stand out from the regular diamonds, but it's not going to be as in your face as like an AB or a crystal would be. And I'll tell you what, there's something about Hiroko's artwork that I think lends itself really, really, really well to these more shimmery diamonds as opposed to a more bold special drill. I think this is going to suit this artwork, the style, the color palette really, really, really beautifully. I think this is just a perfect match. Big bag of this white one. This one, it is harder to see the glitter coating, but it is there. So Okay, let's take a look together at the special drill placement on the canvas and see where each of these colors are going to be found. Let's start with, what's going to be the easiest? Maybe we'll start with the white one because there is the most of that particular color. So let's see, that's 3865. So the white glimmer drill, it's this cloud right here, just color blocks of it. It's this part of this cloud and this white section right here. It's this white section and here, and this part of the fish, this whole white part of the fish, it's most of the fish's body actually. There's a little bit here, and then the edge of her fin, or at her waist, I don't know what part, like the top part of her tail fin, that has kind of an outline of that white shimmer drill. And then part of her top, most of the top actually has like an outline of white shimmer drill here and around. The side of her arm also has an outline all the way down of that white shimmer drill. There's some sprinkling of the white shimmer drill in the bubble over here, and then more of it here on the outline on the outside edge of this arm up here. I see a little bit of it in her cheek. There's like a little bunch of them right here. There's some, is this like, I can't tell if that's her ear, that's like a little ornament on her ear, like a shell maybe. There's a, oh no, not there. Sorry. A similar symbol that from further away like I am right now is a little harder. But here like on the edges of her fingers and the top of her eyes, and a little bit in the center of her eye is that white shimmer drill again. And then the last spot I see it is in the fish's scales over here. It's the white symbol that looks a little bit darker in camera because it's got like it's a darker symbol in the center that takes up more of it. So it's through those fish's scales and a little bit in these bubbles. So that's that big bag of white shimmer drill that we had a lot of. How about these purple colors? So let's see, that was the letter N and the letter L. So let's take a look. The light purple shimmer drill is this light purple color here and here. This light purple color here too. The dark purple shimmer drill is this dark purple you see here in her tail there. The dark purple shimmer drill is also in parts of her hair, some of these dark purple shades. So this color, this color, this color, there. It's these dark purple colors. It's not over here. It's a little chunk right here, this purple right here. It comes up right next to, in camera, it looks like it's about the same shade of purple, but it's a symbol change. So it's not all of this purple, it's just the darkest parts of it. There's a little bit of it over here too. And then these little purple strands in her hair up in her bangs. And over here, that's gonna be the dark purple shimmer drill too. I think the light purple was just there at the bottom of the canvas. I don't see it up here towards the top at all. Okay, so those are purple shades. And then we had 3 shades of blue and then this, let's see, 712. There's this tiny bag of this gray one. Let me see how hard this one is to find. Because there just isn't that much of it. Okay, there's a little bit of it down here, just on the outline. There's a little bit over here between the white and the pink and this cloud. Yeah, that's just gonna be kind of a transitional color in a few spots, I think. And it's very likely I'm going to miss some as well, so just know that. I also am noticing as I'm going up here, I missed some of that white shimmer drill we were looking at the beginning. So you see these kind of like little fronds coming off of, I don't know if this is like her skirt or off of her tail fins. There's these lines of the white shimmer drill that I missed when we were going through this at first, in those spots. I see a sprinkling of that grayish shimmer drill over here in the fish's scales. There's just like a half dozen there. Yeah, it's pretty few and far between. Just a little bit of extra glitz in a couple of spots. That might be it. I wonder if there's some in this fish up here. Let me check really quickly. There are. Okay, so it's sprinkled in some of the fish's scales, actually, in several spots. And kind of these gray areas. I think that's it. Yeah, that was a pretty small bag, so I'm not surprised to see that it's pretty sparse. Okay, and then we have 3 shades of different kind of blue colors. So let's see, this one, 995, that's a blue. This is more of a teal. 3844. I'm just checking my DMC codes, and that's a light blue. Okay, so let's go for the teal one first, because that'll be probably easier to, well, hypothetically easier to find. Okay, so sorry, just stepped away to go ahead and look for those. The kind of dark aqua, this particular color, is actually just in her eyes. It makes up kind of, it looks dark blue in camera. That dark blue color in her eyes is going to be made up of those shimmer drills. That might be my favorite of these special drill placement in this whole kit. I think that's really pretty. Then we have this lighter blue and then this darker blue. So the lighter blue, there's a ton of it in this fish's scales. It's this kind of light blue color where my finger is, and it's, you know, through some of these scales as well. It's also kind of a transitional color in a few spots. Well, there's a few of it like in, I think this is a necklace she is wearing, and there's a few spots of it in her shell top and a couple occasionally like in the bubbles. I do see some of it in these like fins at her waist too, and kind of mixed in with some of that white shimmer drill too. There's bits of it here and there. There's a sprinkling of that light blue color in the fish's scales in these light blue areas of this fish. And then down here in this spot, which I think is, I don't know if that's oh, that's her fin. That's her tail fin. There's some of that light blue glimmer drill through her fin there, and a little bit sprinkled in here. There's some like here in this kind of transition color of the cloud, and this light blue color where the cloud is over her tail. The dark blue shimmery drill is this particular color in her, the scales on her tail. So it's this dark blue, here, this color, these spots. There's four of them there, four of them there. And then this color, this dark color here, which it's like a white symbol on a dark background. It's that X. That's our dark blue shimmery special drill. So I do really like that special drill placement. I think that like darker aqua one in her eyes is really beautiful. And seeing them in her scales, the scales of her tail, I think is wonderful too, because whenever I am working on a kit that has, honestly, whether it's dragons or mermaids, I feel like their scales are really an area that it just makes sense to have special drills, because I'm imagining like, okay, the light is gonna glint off of those and just reflect in a particular way. It just makes sense to me. I love seeing that there are some really pretty special drills charted through those areas. So, okay, this is Mermaid by Hiroko from Enabler's Outpost and is 50 by 70 centimeters. It has square drills. I don't think they offer a choice of drill shape, but I could be wrong. It'll say on the listing, of course, if it is offered in more than one drill shape, but I just don't remember off the top of my head. But I think, just worked on really their square drill kits as they've made some of these more recent changes, and I've had a really pretty positive experience with working on those. If you want to hear me go in depth about past kits from Enabler's Outpost I've worked on over the years, including most recently, I will have a list of post reviews and some unboxings as well linked in the description box of this video. If this particular artwork doesn't necessarily speak to you, totally fine. Enabler's Outpost has a nice selection of a variety of artists and a nice variety of artwork. Colorful Cat Studio is another artist of theirs that I really enjoy. They have some pretty artwork from Emma Casey and others that I know I'm not thinking of. I'm trying to think. I feel so terrible. Purple Kitten Studios, there's several. So even if this one doesn't necessarily appeal to you, if you're like, well, I like the rendering style, the materials seem nice, do go and check out what Enabler's Outpost has to offer. I'll also link to their socials, so even if you're not looking to shop today, you could still, if you like to, stay up to date with things that they have coming, including pen drops that they do if you're like, well, I would like to check out their pens, and also to keep up to date with their new releases and whatnot. Definitely check out their socials. So lots of helpful stuff in the description box below, but now I would love to hear from you in the comments. What are your thoughts? Did you pick up any kits from this artist when they started releasing kits at Enabler's Outpost on I think it was Black Friday? Some gorgeous, gorgeous works from this artist, and the color palettes are just chef's kiss. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm excited to read your thoughts, and down there, not literally read your thoughts. But thanks for watching. I hope that you are doing wonderfully. And also please subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. You will see unboxings like this one, tutorials, reviews, weekly whip and chats. I'd love to have you here. But yeah, thanks either way for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you're doing well and taking care, and that you have a day and a week that's as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you again soon, friends. Bye.